Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to Zen Romance Tarot. We're going to take a look at the Scorpio woman and Gemini man. I figured why not, right? Let's just do a reading, see what's going on. I did meditate over these cards. We're going to take a look and see what's up. Hey Scorpio woman, how you doing? Alright, Scorpio woman. I feel like you came into this relationship carrying burdens probably from prior relationships. And I feel like you never gave this connection a real chance. Like it was never a new beginning for you. Like you carried so many things over. It was just like, maybe you were hoping it would turn around. But there's no optimism in this relationship on your end. It lacks trust. And you never gave it a chance, really. If you want to think, maybe you did give it a chance in your mind, you did, but when you carry so many things over, you come in with doubt. So I think that's my point here, coming in with doubt, Scorpio. We also have the throat chakra. So that talks about communication, it talks about willpower, truthfulness, setting boundaries. So my interpretation of this is when it talks about setting boundaries with the throat chakra, you are having trouble communicating your true feelings to your Gemini. Alright, so I think that you're conflicted in that area. Not necessarily because of what Gemini did or not did, or did not, whatever, you know what I mean. But it's not necessarily because of that. I think you came in with this stuff already. So therefore, your communication had been stunted. And you kind of went in like, if it works, it works. And I think that's what the issue is kind of here. Your truthfulness. You being honest with Gemini. I don't think you were honest. I don't think you thought, and I don't think that you thought this relationship was going to go anywhere to start with, because I think you may have, I don't know, I feel like maybe you had some reservations, like surrounding Gemini in general. So therefore, maybe you were reluctant to communicate and tell Gemini how you truly felt or feel. So with that, it just on your end creates conflict, change, and instability. So, it's like, I don't think you ever gave this a chance. But then it was something you were refusing to see. I think you were refusing to see this partnership or this relationship, or you are, for what it is. I don't feel like you guys are separated necessarily. I don't. I feel like you guys might be in the same house, one of them things. Or you're close by. Something like that. That's what I feel. Guys, I'm going to have water. So I just feel like Scorpio, you exercise great willpower, I think, because of things that may have gone on in the past for you. So therefore, you're reluctant to give anything a chance. There's no optimism on your end. It's like, you're like, okay, I'm here, whatever. If it happens, it happens. It's like you're doubting there's something that could be a new beginning for you. But it also says you're refusing to see. I think at this point, you're trying to see the situation for what it is. You're trying to see it clearly and accept it for what it is versus your idea of what it should be. So it talks about refusing to see. I really think that, Scorpio woman, you're focused on the status or the state of the relationship. And I don't know if you're conscious of it. I would think you are if you're a Scorpio. You never really gave it a chance. If you really dig deep down, did you give it a chance, or did you allow this person to kind of come into your life, your Gemini to come into your life, while you had all this stuff going on? Alright. Gemini, male. You might be having some issue expressing yourself to Scorpio. This card talks about wisdom. It talks about, sadness and isolation. So maybe you've been taking a step back from the connection. Maybe there's some things that have been done in the dark. I kind of feel like maybe you are reluctant to communicate with people, certain people, about what you're really experiencing. That's kind of what I get out of this whole thing. I think that you might be communicating with somebody, or reluctant, or you might be thinking about it. For some reason, I feel like you're reluctant. But you might be thinking about it. I kind of feel like it's one or the other. I think the person you're going to reach out to is a friend. Not anybody who's going to come in and interrupt. There's no third parties like that, but you're conflicted about having a conversation with somebody who could potentially teach you something. This is a teach card. So to me, in this relationship, you might be hiding a little bit, like, oh, babe, I'm tired, I don't feel like whatever. You might be hiding a little bit because you're not really telling Scorpio how you feel. You're keeping your feelings hidden. You're keeping them inside. You're kind of hiding yourself from the world. And you're kind of feeling like, I'm hanging around because you might be my best bet right now for whatever this is. To me, this gets interesting because it goes into, after we talk about teaching, it kind of goes into awaiting results. So you're trying to be patient about something, Gemini male. You're trying to be patient about something. From what I'm getting out of this, what I'm channeling is you may have had a conversation with Scorpio about certain things, that certain expectations where you want to teach somebody how to treat you, how to respect you. And I kind of think Scorpio is just going along for the ride because Scorpio doesn't necessarily want to. This is me. I don't think Scorpio didn't want to or is not willing to open up about certain things, so she may just go along with it. Awaiting results. That's what I mean by you had a conversation with Scorpio about something. There was some conversation, I believe, or some discussion, some practice that maybe you guys disagreed on, right? And you're waiting for results. You might be seeking the truth about a matter. You might be reflecting on something. This is you guys collectively. I believe you guys collectively might be assessing this whole connection, this relationship, this partnership. I think both of you are together, but you still feel very alone. There's conflict here, and I think the dynamic of the relationship has changed. I kind of think it might have been, I don't know. I don't know what this means. I don't know who the person was I don't know who recognized that there was something off with Scorpio. Obviously it was Gemini, but there's something off with Scorpio. I think that you knew that in terms of emotion because you were dealing with somebody who typically is very forthright, I would think, about their feelings. But I think by the time you guys had connected, I don't know if it was the right, I don't know. I don't know if it was the right time. But anyway, Gemini, it looks like you're waiting for some kind of results. And it kind of feels like if it doesn't happen fast enough, I need to know what my next plan is. That's just what I'm getting out of it, guys. I know that's funny, right? You're seeking the truth about something. So kind of both of you guys are kind of going within and trying to figure out, I hate to say, do I really want this relationship? Like, does this serve me? Because it talks about reflection, assessment, and control. Here we are feeling alone, so there's definitely some kind of change in the dynamic. That talks about instability, the 5 card. It's also got the moon in it. It could have been an interruption by Pisces or Pisces energy somewhere. But it looks like you are trying to rebuild, right? Now, talking about trying to rebuild, there's something that you guys are trying to get together. I don't think it's necessarily over for you guys. I don't. What I do feel, because we pulled the main energy of this reading, is very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you. So I kind of feel like this is a connection where you guys are, so far what I see, a connection where you are trying to figure out if you guys really want to be together. Do we serve each other? I'm waiting for results. There's some demands or changes that Gemini made to Scorpio, looks like. And them changes don't look like they're happening fast enough. I feel alone, but I also want to rebuild in this. So if we look at this, yeah, I also want to rebuild this. Okay. Okay, I'm taking my water. And this is my little intermission. Ask a question. Take a minute to meditate. Because I'm going to meditate for a second too. I might go into the next part and figure out what's what. Ancestors. Ooh. Ancestors. Please give me a clear answer for the person who is asking the question. Ancestors, please give me a clear, concise answer. Ancestors, give me a clear, concise answer, please. Ancestors. 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 In the near future. Okay. Alright. Is there anything else I want to put here? Oops. Oh, no, I do. Alright, we're going to get into more. So I also just want to say, too, looking at these cards, I'm still trying... I believe there was some kind of demand made to Scorpio, or some kind of request or demand made to Scorpio, and I don't know, it doesn't look like maybe the results, or for some reason Gemini is thinking about reaching out to a friend for help. That's somebody that they can talk to. It doesn't have anything to do with a third party. This is like a real friend, and they're debating whether or not they want to. Remember, Gemini is now opening up. Scorpio's holding back, but Gemini is not necessarily opening up. And they're talking about they want to rebuild this relationship. I think the energy is you want to rebuild, but it's like you're rebuilding something that has a false face on it. Because this couple, to me, seems like they're only together for how it looks. Or status quo. Oh, okay. Trying to make sure I feel the screen so I don't get hit on the, little half screen thing. Yeah. So, Scorpio woman, let's take a look and see what's going on with you. Alright, make sure I got all my stuff. Alright, got my notes here. We have the second chakra. This came out for you. This tells me, it gives me a little bit of insight into, like, what it is I feel like you're thinking. I feel like you're doubting love, Scorpio. I do. I feel like you're doubting love here. And that's just what I was saying. Creative manifestation. It's like at this point when you kind of came into contact, and I think this might have been from the origins of the relationship. I think when you came in, you had already come in not believing. I said that before, right? But now it's like, it tells me you weren't manifesting, because then now at this point, you're like, it's time for me to manifest what I need. I ask myself, what do I need? And that's where you are now. And that's kind of backed up by very soon. Clearly, you decide what you want so it comes to you. And I think you were having some challenges doing that. I'm optimistic and creative. Now, mind you, love of balance is reversed. Okay, so that's you not having any hope, optimism, or anything having to do with love. You were just doubtful. So now it's just like, okay, I'm open to receive them, and I realize I deserve it. Okay. Let's take a look and see what's going on with Gemini's energy. I'm going to put this here. Trying to be as neat as possible. I really don't want to put that there, but I'll put it there. Gemini male. I teach others how to love and respect me. Yep. Sadness and isolation. I'm trying to teach. This could also be Gemini trying to, like I said earlier, teach Scorpio how to love and respect him. And maybe she's looking at it like I'm going along with it. Maybe the issue is, and I see it feels like there's some issue with Gemini maybe knowing that Scorpio does love him, but it may not be as heartfelt as he wants. It may not be heartfelt, or it may not be as passionate as he wants. Maybe he knows that he understands how deep this love could go if she would just kind of open up a little bit and let him in. Now, granted, there's two sides to every story, but I'm just saying. That could have been one of the reasons, or that could be the reason for if there's any conflict here. I teach others how to love and respect me, but how I love and respect myself. My integrity is supported by my integrity is supported when I express my thoughts and feelings. I'm aware of excessively wanting to please others. I will maintain and grow my personal power by saying yes when I mean yes, and saying no when I mean no. I speak up for myself. See, remember, Gemini was quiet, and Scorpio was going along with the flow. But Gemini said what Gemini had to say, and now he waiting for the results. But then you have Scorpio. It seems to me like a simple ask, right? All I ask is that you open up. All I ask is that you communicate with me. All I ask is that when I point certain things out, you see what I'm talking about and don't act like I'm crazy and ignore me. Now, maybe I got these energies mixed up. I don't know. I'm known for doing that. But that's what I get out of this. And I feel like you do have two people in a connection. You guys probably sleep right next to each other and you feel alone. You probably live around the corner from each other and you ain't seen each other in 2 weeks because there's something here. There's no communication. This is setting boundaries. And this backs up sadness and isolation for Gemini. I'm waiting for, what I'm going to do is back off a little bit until I get the results I'm looking for. I'm seeking the truth here. I'm reflecting. Is this really what I want? We look good on paper. Both of us are smart, intelligent. Both of us got the same whatever. But is it real? Is it a mask? So I think both you guys are really starting to realize, if you haven't already, what the differences are in this relationship, right? How you guys are so different. To me, this looks great, right? You got one that goes with it. What guy don't like that? Man, oh yeah, she's real quiet. Whatever. You know, she real chill and all right. See, but you're talking, then you have Gemini who doesn't talk very much. Because he's sitting back watching. Like, yeah, I told you, I asked you to do something, whatever. And I ain't really seeing you moving on that. And that's really important to me. So I kind of feel like somebody may have been neglecting things in this relationship that were important to another one. But there's something about seeking the truth, right? Do I really want to be with you? The truth is we are together because we look great together, right? But do I really want this connection? I feel alone in this connection. I go to bed, I'm right next to you. Yeah, we're not connected. Do I want to rebuild this relationship? Because rebuilding also talks about y'all getting money. In any case, let's take a look and see what's going on here. This was actually gonna, you know what? I think, okay. So the what I'm showing here, the energy for both you guys together is compassion and forgiveness. So I have compassion for myself and those around me. I let go of anger, resentments, and torments from the past, and I do not give my power away to those involved. Forgiveness is a gift to myself for things I feel I could have done differently in the past. Both of y'all feeling it. Because that's compassion and forgiveness. Yeah, I am compassionate to those in need. To me, that feels like it's a common energy between you guys. I don't think you guys are bad people. I think you guys suffer from the same illness. And when I say illness, emotional illness, in terms of not being able to communicate. So when you're with somebody, you have to hold this stuff inside. It's not, because the thing is, even though something looks really great, you don't necessarily want to have an empty shell that looks great on the outside. So I think you guys are really trying to figure out if this is something that you want to do. Do we want to rebuild this relationship from where it is? We need to decide what we want. We need to go inside ourselves and seek the truth about the true nature of this relationship. And Scorpio woman, you've been thinking about this, because it came up earlier that you are like really thinking about this relationship, trying to see things clearly. I'm trying to see things clearly. I'm trying to see this relationship for what it is, not what it looks like. So that's big for Scorpio, I think. Because that's the energy I'm getting from these cards. But you have I don't want to say this is a lack of respect, but I think the Gemini male is like, I'm willing to work with you. I am, but I need you to try and do certain things. Now, with that Gemini male as well, I feel like you might be, I think you need to get to know who you're with a little bit better. As far as I do, because I feel like with Scorpio, you have to allow Scorpio to process what it is you're saying and make those changes, right? And I think that you may I see you jump. So maybe this was at a pace. You're asking somebody to get to where you are. You're already there. You can't ask somebody to you can't just ask somebody to meet you where you are when they don't really know where you are, or they're on a certain way. How can I explain that? You're on a level that maybe Scorpio is not on in maybe certain areas. I don't know if that's spiritually, whatever. So when you make requests to Scorpio, you have to allow Scorpio to process things and give Scorpio that time to process it, understand what you're saying, and then put the plan into action. Now, you have to understand something. You're dealing with a Scorpio, so you're talking about emotions, you're talking about relationships, you're talking about intuition. Intuition is always telling us something, and Scorpio always listens to that. But then you have Gemini, and Gemini is really about decisions, challenges, and things like that. You have two people that operate differently. So you have to effectively try and find a way to move in a relationship that does not make one another uncomfortable, if that's what you decide to do. Because remember, very soon you're about to make a decision whether or not you guys are going to stay together. I have some cards here that I pulled, but I feel like this reading is already 21 minutes. And it was really just an examination. And that's all. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to make this any longer. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Zen Romance Tarot. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Like, share, subscribe, please. We're a cool Scorpio channel. And thank you so much for everything. See, I'm trying to keep a better board. Okay. Guys, thank you. I'm going to upload this one. I don't know what time it's going to come out. I don't know. Okay. I'll see you guys in a bit. Love you. Bye.